Your hands are already moving fast. The monitor shows a flat line. You're in a mall and someone is dying. 4:47 in the morning, and your shift starts right now on almost no sleep today. Your regular partner called in sick, and today you ride with a driver you never met. You open the equipment bay and find the defibrillator was not recharged after the last shift. Dispatch drops 3 calls from the same neighborhood before you have even finished leaving the bay. First call, a teenager down in cardiac arrest, 4 minutes gone, inside a shopping mall. The driver takes the wrong street and the correct turn disappears behind you in the mirror. You stay quiet for 10 seconds and calculate whether fixing his mistake now saves any time. A delivery truck blocks the mall entrance and your driver hammers the horn with 0 result. You grab the kit, jump out before the vehicle stops, and sprint across the parking lot. Security leads you to the escalator, not the elevator, 3 floors up with full equipment. The teenager is on the floor near a store, a bystander doing compressions with wrong technique. You take over, check the charge. 40% left, not enough for 2 full shocks. The mother forces through the crowd, throws herself toward her son, and nearly breaks your rhythm. You hold her back, keep compressions with the other arm. Stopping means starting over now. Your partner is caught behind bystanders and a guard who stepped into the only clear gap. Your partner loses 40 seconds. 40 full seconds while a brain runs completely without oxygen. Someone says he is a doctor. You check his hands in 3 seconds. Correct. Let him. He holds the head. You keep compressions. A full resuscitation running with a total stranger. The defibrillator reaches charge. You call clear, everyone steps back, and the very first shock fires. The monitor returns flat. No second shock. The unit is fully drained. 0 reserve remaining now. You return to manual compressions. Stopping now is the one thing you absolutely cannot afford. Your partner pulls the backup defibrillator. Older model, different interface, no recent training on it. You walk your partner through the startup sequence aloud while both hands keep working the chest. The backup unit flags an incompatibility error. The electrode connectors do not match your pads. Doctor from the crowd, adapter in your left pocket. You reach in, he is correct. The connection takes 80 seconds. 80 seconds of your arms alone keeping blood moving forward. Second shock fires. Monitor shows an unstable narrow signal. Not normal rhythm, but not flat. Something is there. You load the teenager and count every heartbeat between each step toward exit. Elevator is blocked by shoppers with carts who have no idea what happened 1 floor above. You take the escalator down with the stretcher. 1 paramedic each end, fast and controlled. Halfway down the escalator, the pulse drops completely. No surface. No room to work right now. Your driver took the service lane. Unit is already at the exit, waiting for you. Rain hits as you step out. Stretcher wheels lock on asphalt. You drop to 1 knee. Doors close and the unit moves. 7 minutes to the ER. Pulse drops before you clear. Dispatch breaks in. Second call active. A male not breathing. 3 blocks from your position. Cardiac floor radios back. The entire floor is under infection quarantine, and nobody gets in today. Dispatch routes you 18 minutes out. You overwrite it and call directly to emergency intake instead. Emergency intake is full. 6 stretchers already line the corridor before you reach the doors. The attending physician at the entrance. The cardiologist is in surgery right now and totally unavailable. You stay at the stretcher, state the case, and force the attending physician to decide now. The attending physician pulls the cardiologist out of surgery. Estimated time to bedside, 10 minutes away. Your partner radios, second call active, left without you, and the oxygen cylinder was never restocked. Dispatch, hand off the teenager and respond. You are nearest unit to both active calls. You check the monitor, pulse still unstable. No cardiologist. The nurse has not seen this case. 8 seconds of silence. In EMS, 8 seconds of inaction is still a decision you make. You give the nurse a handoff, every intervention, every timeline, every detail, then leave. At scene 2, your partner is already at the overturned vehicle working through the shattered window. You spot it immediately. Your partner holds the last oxygen cylinder that was never restocked today. The passenger is unconscious with a suspected spinal injury. No movement without full immobilization here. The driver is conscious, pulling himself free. You stop him. Spinal self-extraction without help kills. You reach through the broken window for manual cervical stabilization and talk him through staying still. The door is jammed. You and a bystander get it 12 inches open. Rescue, 6 minutes. 6 minutes is long when fuel pools under the vehicle and outside temperature keeps on dropping. The passenger abruptly stops breathing. Hidden intracranial pressure that had been building silently just released. 2 critical patients. 1 oxygen cylinder. No backup on scene. This is what paramedics call micro-MCI. In a micro-MCI, you cannot save all. You choose who to stabilize first and commit. Rescue arrives. Door comes off. Driver extracted using full spinal protocol. Board and collar applied. Radio fires nurse from the hospital. The teenager has crashed, and the cardiologist needs you. Your driver watches the mirror before you speak. The answer is clear. You go straight back. In the corridor, the cardiologist waits. He needs the real sequence of events from you. You reconstruct from memory. Charge at 40%. The escalator, 80 seconds manual, the adapter used. The cardiologist adjusts the treatment based on your timeline. Wrong data here means wrong diagnosis. Dispatch shifts 3 units to close coverage gaps your chain of calls created across the sector. Mall doctor left his contact with security. Retired cardiac surgeon with 30 years of practice. The cardiologist calls him from the corridor to consult on the non-standard case you brought in. A stranger from the crowd becomes a specialist consultant within 2 hours of your first call. Dispatch sends the detail that reframes everything. All 3 calls came from one single connected chain. A collision caused gridlock, gridlock delayed your response, and the teenager is the trapped driver's son. Your unit pulls back into the bay. Engine off. First silence since before 5 this morning. On the stretcher floor sits a small item from the teenager's jacket. You leave it there. He passes water through the partition silently. First gesture between you and him, all shift. Full decontamination. Every surface, every instrument, every contact point. Hands work. Your mind rests now. The incident report opens. You enter names, times, interventions, all outcomes. The official record today. One section does not fit. The actual sequence of decisions made here is too complex. Dispatch confirms. Teenager now in the ICU. Prognosis cautious. That is the job marked done. The mother is outside when you return. She sees you. No words. One nod. You nod. You notice an abrasion on your wrist from scene 2. You simply never felt it happen. Locker shuts, log is signed, and the shift is officially recorded as complete in the system. You sit in the car. Silence feels wrong. Too much after all those long hours. Tomorrow, the unit rolls out again. Same bay, same checks, different driver, different calls, same frequency. One patient survived a 3rd cardiac arrest. One driver kept his spine. One passenger reached surgery. The phone vibrates. New call. Different crew. Same city. Same math. Next shift is running. The report leaves this out. The teenager was 8 minutes into cardiac arrest before you arrived. 3 calls, 1 chain. Gridlock delayed your response, and the teenager was the trapped driver's son. Dead defibrillator, wrong turn, stranger with the adapter. Each apparent mistake forced the right move. You did not save 3 people. You held consequences of one event that split 3 ways. Every decision was made with incomplete data. Under pressure, no option to go back at all. You never controlled this shift. You stayed inside it until the system around you caught up. In emergency medicine, there is no pause, only decisions made and the next one waiting. Hit like and subscribe. Insider Shift drops a new profession every week.